because less than 3% of you people read books. Listen to me. Television is not the truth. Television is a goddamn amusement park. Television is a circus, a carnival, a traveling troupe of acrobats, storytellers, dancers, singers, jugglers, sideshow freaks, lion tamers, and football players. We'll tell you anything you want to hear. We lie like hell. We'll tell you any shit you want to hear. We deal in illusions, man. None of it is true. You're beginning to believe the illusions. This is mass madness, you maniac. In God's name, you people are the real thing. We are the illusion.
What up? Welcome to IdiotBox TV. This is episode 184. This is another open conversation of unusual topics. I'm DJ Drumtastic, and as you can see, I'm by myself today. So, we about to chill solo. And I can do this alone, I tell you I can. So, first of all, we're going to say who we got out there. Now, I know how many people's out there. All I have to do is just look up. So I'm going to chill and put up some links and some different stuff. And tell me who's in here with me today. Because I realize all this stuff I'm about to be doing is solo. And it's a lot of stuff we do. So first of all, I appreciate your love and support. Whoever's here. Now you can see us on IdiotBox Television on Facebook. IdiotBox Television on YouTube, and IdiotBox TV on Twitch. Also, if you go to our website, which is www.idiotboxtv.org, you can also watch this show. Let me see. That should be 4. So who's out there? Talk to me. Hello there, mother. As you see, I'm by myself today because Troy's out of town with the family and he was trying to make it. And I'm like, I can do this by myself. Go enjoy your family. Then I'll do the topics. I'll do everything. He was like, you sure? I'm like, I got this. So how you doing today, mother? Miss Deborah Jones. I'm putting up some links and stuff. You guys don't forget about Alliance Entrepreneurs. You can go and post your goods and services over there. That's where we help companies, small businesses to market and advertise their goods and services. If you go over there to Facebook, there's the link. Alliance Entrepreneurs on Facebook. And you can also go there on www.idiotboxtv.org. This is a lot of stuff that me and Troy do together. Wow. Okay, let me see. So talk to me. Who else is out there? Let me see. We had rain the last 2 days, so it wasn't really great, but it wasn't cold. So that was good. Who else is out there with me? This is episode 184, another open conversation of unusual topics. Today, I'm going to be talking about some different things. So I'm going to talk about reverse aging. Who knows anything about that? I didn't really know anything about that either. Accountability matters. What else I got here? What's a narcissist? And the other one is FDA authorized for natural color additives. So they're taking some things out of the candy and all that stuff, and they're putting something that's supposed to be natural. So that's going to be something. And B, how you doing? Yes, I'm by myself today. Troy, he had to Well, he didn't have to. He's out with the family. They're on vacation. So I told him I can handle it by myself. Go do your thing. Let me put this up real quick. So for the merchandise, if you go to idiotboxtv.org, you click shop, you can get the merchandise. Stuff like this. Discipline will take you to places where motivation can't. And of course, I coordinated my own little white hat with the blue background. You know how I do MB, I coordinate. Now I see how many people's in here. Didn't your parents teach you that when you come in someone's house, you should always speak? So we got Miss Deborah Jones, which is my mom, and we got B Barnes, which is my Aunt B. I see a few more people in here. You gonna say something? Talk to me. Talk to me. I appreciate you guys for coming in and showing up. We haven't been getting that many people coming on the show, and that's mainly our fault because we haven't been advertising early enough. It's a lot of stuff we haven't been doing. So Troy's been busy, I've been busy, but if anybody wants to come up, turn your camera on, host the show with me, we can talk about some topics that you may want to talk about. I just put up the link. But as of right now, I'm going to get into my topic because I ain't going to wait too long. I might not go a whole hour neither. But I'm just going to talk about the topic. So first of all, let me do this. Okay. The first thing I'm going to talk about, let's try this. Reverse aging. Okay, let's get into reverse aging. Now, reverse aging is something that I just said, let me check this out, because we do pull up some things and want to talk about unusual topics instead of the same thing that everybody talks about. So when I was looking at different things to talk about, I was like, reverse aging, it sounds pretty interesting. So can humans actually reverse age? Not just slow it down, but get biologically younger. Sounds like science fiction, but stick with me. So before we talk about who supposedly turned back the clock, we need to break down the difference between chronological age and biological age. Okay. Chronological age is easy. It's how many birthdays you've had. Biological age, that's trickier. It's about how your cells, organs, and genes are functioning. You can be 60 on paper, but have the biology of a 40-year-old or vice versa. Now, here's the kicker. Some scientists are figuring out how to measure this and maybe even reverse it. Now, in 2019, a small group of men took part in an experimental study called the TRIM trial. The lead scientist, Dr. Greg Ballhigh, I guess it is, the good regrow thymus, a critical part of your immune system that shrinks as you age. They took a combo of growth hormones, metformin, and DHEA for 1 year. And at the end, they didn't just improve their immune function, according to epigenetic tests, the biological ages reversed by over 2.5 years. One of the first times this has been recorded in humans. Let that sink in. So now, has anyone actually got younger? Not literally, as in turning from 60 to 30 again, no. But yes, biologically, in terms of organ function, immune system, rejuvenation, and epigenetic markers, some people have shown signs of becoming younger. So I guess you can say it is a real thing. Reverse aging. So I do have a video on reverse aging. Let me bring it up. Let me show you guys this video up for it. So what we do, we usually just go on the internet, look for different things along with the topics that we're talking about. And I think some of these unusual topics are nice because I learned some things and I can show you guys at the same time. So let me play this video.
What we've discovered is that aging is very likely a corruption of the software of the body. So that as we get older, the software doesn't function very well. Things slow down.
Start from the beginning. Wait, let me do it all.
What we've discovered is that aging is very likely a corruption of the software of the body. So that as we get older, the software doesn't function very well. Things slow down, break, and we get diseases. In this new work, we show that we can actually reverse that process by tapping into a backup copy, rebooting the software into that old computer, opening up the possibility that one day we can rejuvenate our whole bodies.
Dr. David Sinclair, co-director of the Paul F. Glenn Center for Biology of Aging Research at Harvard Medical School, describes a groundbreaking method that can speed up or reverse the aging of cells in the body, at least in mice.
There's an old theory that mutations drive aging, and it's true that our DNA does get damaged and it does lead to changes in our genetic.
I switched from due dates to due dates, and it made me go from weeks behind to weeks ahead of my deadlines. You see, I used to just bed rot all day getting nothing done. And
code. What we're proposing in this new study is that there's another type of information in the cell, in our bodies, called the epigenetic information. And that's the information that we think is a large driver of the aging process.
Sinclair says that the process of aging works similarly to the way that software programs operate off hardware. Sometimes software becomes corrupted and needs a reboot. Through the process of gene therapy, cells in the body can be rebooted to restart the backup copy of epigenetic instructions. The epigenome consists of chemical compounds that mark cells and give them instructions for which genes to turn on and which to keep silent. This, in theory, erases corrupted signals that can cause cells to age and malfunction, making them youthful again.
Well, we believe that there's a universal process that we've tapped into that works not just in mice, but probably in every human on the planet. And we all have this same program that allows our cells to be rejuvenated. In mice, we've reversed the age of their brains and they get their ability to learn again. And so what we're finding is that there's a universal backup copy of youthful information in all animals and probably in us as well.
The process is still in its infancy, so there's still a lot to be figured out. Sinclair says that his team has already begun the next step to lab test the system on non-human primates, human neurons, skin, and fibroblast cells. While this method won't stop the body from aging as a whole, it could target specific areas to reverse the effects of disease.
The first disease that I want to treat is blindness. We are very easily able to reverse blindness in mice, and the results from the non-human primate studies will be out in the next few months. So we're very excited about being able to treat some diseases. But if you allow your imagination to run wild, what it could mean is that we can reverse the age of any cell, in any tissue, in any organ. And if that's true, then we should be able to rejuvenate large parts of the body, perhaps even whole body rejuvenation at some point. What's exciting about the work is that there are many labs around the world working on this new cause of aging and learning every week how to do resetting of the system even better than we are doing now. And so even if my lab is not the one that's successful, there will be a lab around the world that succeeds in resetting the body and rejuvenating it. And so I'm really excited that within our lifetime, we're going to see the possibility that aging can be treated like any other medical condition. Around the world that succeeds in resetting the body to rejuvenating. So I'm really excited that in our lifetime, even in my lab,
reverse aging. So, okay, I got some people talking to me. Face card. Family, Sean, Deborah Jones, meet face card. Hey, Face, thanks for joining in. Episode 184, another open conversation of unusual topics. I am by myself today. Sean, I know you're like, where's Troy? Troy's with the family, so I told him to go ahead. There's a lot of stuff to do by myself, but you know I'm going to go for it, Sean. So anyway, I was just talking about reverse aging and just showed a video about reverse aging, and it's actually a thing. So hold on, let me get away from some of these other things. Okay, the next thing I'm going to talk about is accountability. Now, this is what I like to do sometime while Troy's not here, because Troy does some amazing things. Now, I don't know, I'm not going to say how many people's in here, don't really matter. But it's something that people don't see because everybody comes in here late. So you know, black folks, we always late. So a lot of people don't see the intro. Now let me see. I'm gonna show this intro. It's only like a minute long. Now I know some people may have seen bits and pieces of it, but for the people that are in here, this is the work that my partner Troy does as for video, marketing, all kind of different stuff. I like to show this stuff because, you know, he's kind of like me with my music and other stuff. He is very humble. So he don't say, yeah, I do this, I do that. It's just a lot of stuff that he does. I'm going to show a couple of things and then I'm going to show the intro. But this is a commercial that he did for somebody that I know, just a short, quick commercial. Now, that's just one quick thing he put together for somebody. They liked it, and it was just something that he was doing just to try to show the different type of stuff that we do and how he does it. Let me see what else I got. Okay, this is a segment that we're going to start doing again. Show them their flowers. He put this together. Some of the other stuff he took off, but this is the intro. So check this out.
We're in a lot of trouble because less than 3% of you people read books. Listen to me. Television is not the truth. Television is a goddamn amusement park. Television is a circus, a carnival, a traveling troupe of acrobats, storytellers, dancers, singers, jugglers, sideshow freaks, lion tamers, and football players. We'll tell you anything you want to hear. We lie like hell. We'll tell you any shit you want to hear. We deal in illusions, man. None of it is true. You're beginning to believe the illusions. This is mass madness, you maniac. In God's name, you people are the real thing. We are the illusion.
That's the intro and the outro. And like I said, a lot of people don't see that. And that's all the stuff he put together, the lights, the music and stuff. I wish it was my music, but it's not. He got it from somewhere else. The wording, all that stuff. Sean, I was just reading your comment and you said you could have warned us it's a mice video. I really wasn't thinking. I forgot that you still scared of mice after all these years? People who's out there, Sean is my sister aunt. And you had me scared of mice when I was a young little boy. And you still scared. You even scared of them when it's on the camera. I'm sorry. I apologize next time. So that was just the intro stuff and the different stuff that Troy does that I like to show. All these graphics, everything you see on here. This whole IdiotBox page that he put together, just the different colorings, all that is done by Troy. You scared still, Sean? Okay, so my next thing I'm going to talk about is accountability. Accountability matters. Now, before I just read the little things that I pulled up about accountability, I'm going to play this video that I have. A video I thought was interesting.
Ever felt like you could do more if someone was counting on you? That's the magic of accountability. Accountability means taking responsibility for your actions and choices. It's not just about admitting when you're wrong, but also celebrating when you get things right. Think about a group project. If everyone does their part, the project turns out great. But if someone slacks off, everyone else has to work harder. That's why being accountable is key. In school, accountability helps you stay on top of your assignments and improve your grades. In sports, it means showing up for practice and giving your best effort. Even with friends, being accountable means keeping your promises and being reliable. So, how can you be more accountable? Set clear goals, track your progress, and don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it. Remember, being accountable isn't just about you. It helps everyone around you succeed too. So, are you ready to take charge and be the boss of your success? Let's do this.
Now, you guys, a lot of us don't like to take accountability. I'm not even gonna lie. I might not sometimes want to take accountability, but it does matter. There was feedback. Anybody else heard feedback? D Knox, what's going on? What's up, Shay? How you doing? As you can see, I'm by myself. Troy is on vacation, so I told him that I got it. So like I said, accountability matters. And a lot of people don't want to take accountability. And I'm going to say, I think we all sometimes don't want to. But we should. So here's a few things I want to read that I pulled up about accountability. What it looks like, what it isn't, excuse me, and what it feels like. I think it's your phone, D-Knox, or whatever you're using. Now, what accountability looks like. I'm stumbling with that word, man. Accountability looks like it's owning your actions, even when no one's watching. It's following through on what you said, especially when it's inconvenient or embarrassing. It's sitting in the discomfort of your mistakes without immediately trying to defend, deflect, or disappear. It's telling the truth to yourself and to others before you're forced to. Examples: sending the "hey, I messed up" text without being asked. Saying, "I dropped the ball, that's on me," instead of "I just been super busy lately." Apologizing without the "but here's why I did it." Now, what accountability isn't? It's not just saying sorry because you get caught. It's not just posting a note app apology and calling it growth. It's not shifting blame to mental health or just being in a weird place to dodge real consequences. It's not a performative "my bad" with no change after. It's not perfection. It's messing up, owning it, and doing the damn work after. Now, what accountability feels like? I did it that time. At first, it feels uncomfortable, humbling, and sometimes a little humiliating. Your ego will try to fight it. But then it starts to feel liberating. You're not hiding, you're not pretending, you're clean. It feels like building muscle. You don't worry to the reps, but you feel stronger every time you do. It feels like trust in yourself from others, real grounded trust. So there we have it. Accountability matters. Talk to me. How you feel about that? How you feel about that? Accountability matters. I see you, Shay. How you been? There was feedback. Is it gone? Was it something I was doing? It was probably that video. I couldn't hear the video, so I turned up my phone. So that's probably what it was. I turned up my phone a little bit so I could hear it. But anyway, does it sound good now? You agree with all that, Shay? Shay, do you always take accountability? Accountability. I gotta slow it down when I say that. Shay, do you always take accountability? Face, Do you always take accountability? D Knock, do you always take accountability? Everybody in here, do you always take accountability? I don't know why it's feedback. Is it mine? Can you guys hear me? Oh, you know what? Hold on a second. So does it sound any different now? Can you hear me? Is there feedback? I thought it sounded good. We good? Not on everything but mistakes, yes. Okay. Okay. D Knox, you said for sure. Who else? I try to most of the time. I think I do. But you got to think about it. Sometimes when you're being accountable, somebody wants you to be accountable for something. What if you don't feel like you messed up? Then what? I didn't always used to be. Once I started therapy, I feel obligated because she said I'm not helping myself by not being accountable. You need to do better with security. I mean, the thing is admitting that you're not being accountable. For some people they can, for some people they can't. And that's the thing. Accountability matters. Accountability matters. Then you have an adult conversation, right? But then sometimes you can't have adult conversations with certain people. So, I mean, that's all something that say we all have to work on. Accountability, because it does matter. It does. And you know, doing this podcast, I've learned a lot of things myself about maybe things that I do or don't do. Face it, in a relationship, it can be hard if you feel you're right. Exactly. Why do we all want to be right? Oh, I'm not going to say all, but a lot of us want to be right. What do? If you feel you're right and somebody thinks you're wrong, what do? What do you do? By the way, face card, anybody that came on here, you can get this on www.idiotboxtv.org. Let me find where I put up the link. Right there. This is one of the hoodies. Discipline will take you to places where motivation can't. I just thought I'd put on the white hat to make it pop a little bit with the blue light. You feel me? Blue. But yeah. Accountability matters. Now, let me see what I got here. That's where you can go to get your merchandise. Like I said, we're on every single Thursday, 8 p.m. That's Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And you got any suggestions or anything? Anything you want to see on a hoodie or anything you want to get at us about the advertising and marketing that we do on Alliance Entrepreneurs, which you can also see that on IdiotBoxTV.org. And then I'm going to put up the link where you can go to, this is on Facebook here. You can actually go on Facebook and put up your goods and services here. There's also a bunch of businesses that I put up there personally. Let me see if I can do like Troy does, y'all. Troy do all this extra stuff. While I'm talking and putting up links, he's grabbing pages and showing everybody the pages. Let me see if I can do it. Yeah, I can do it. I can do anything. Okay, so let me see. Now I share the page. I'm going to learn how to do something right in front of everybody. Boom. Boom. Can y'all see that? Can. Okay, so Let me move that out the way. Hold on. Okay, cool. This is Alliance Entrepreneurs. Okay, so 543 members. So I'm scrolling up. These are just the different things. Lola and Pop was this here. We were doing the posting their stuff and editing and all that stuff that Troy was doing. But here is where all the businesses that I put mostly 95% of the businesses in here. So this is like, I got Gap Consulting Group. Man, I deal with so many different businesses. I don't remember whose business that is. This one here is a food truck, father and son. Let me see, y'all can see all this stuff. Oh, y'all can. Let me know if you can see all that stuff. You can. Okay. Let me go back. This is a father and son company. They're usually at the right now at the Home Depot in Douglasville, Georgia. Other restaurants, Treats and Eats, a Southern Cuisine. We got Peach Cobbler Cafe. From California, we got Unwarranted Apparel and Wines. Classy Fashion, myalterego.com. There you go, Face. QK, Queen Chris Collection is someone that I met from TikTok, and I put her business up there. Millie Merch, someone I met in the mall here. Just different businesses here where you can go. You can also put your own stuff in here. This is most of the stuff I put up. It's mostly food stuff from California to New Orleans to Atlanta, Michigan, Maryland, you name it. So that's Alliance Entrepreneurs. So if you or anybody you know has a business, you can go there. Like I said, the link, and you can post their stuff. You don't know how to do it, you get with me, or also you can there's the email. You can send it to that email. And also, if you know anybody that want marketing, advertising, commercials, infomercials, anything that has to do with marketing and advertising your company, we're the ones. Just get with the IdiotBox television people, Troy, myself, DJ Drumtastic, that email, wherever you've seen me or him. Thank you, Face. Thank you. And so let me get at one of the last topics I'm going to do. It's 8:30. Okay, time is moving along. So let me get rid of this email. So next one I want to talk about is something that I would say people always say, you're this, you are this, you're this. But if you really look at and listen to what I read and show you, maybe we are. What's a narcissist? Okay, so what's a narcissist? What does a narcissist really mean? Being narcissistic means someone tends to focus heavily on themselves, how they look, how they're perceived, what they want, often at the expense of others. They might constantly seek validation or compliments, believe they're better or more important than others, react poorly to criticism or rejection, struggle to see or care about other people's needs or feelings. Trait, confidence, what it looks like, believing in yourself without needing to prove it. Arrogance, thinking you're better than others and showing it. Narcissism, needing admiration, lacking empathy, feeling entitled. So a confident person might say, I'm proud of what I've achieved. An arrogant person might say, I'm better than all of you. And a narcissist person might need everyone to agree, praise them constantly, and get angry if they don't. Type of narcissist. Yes, there are a few. Grandiose narcissism, bold, loud, attention seeking, comes off as charming or charismatic at first, often sees in leaders, influences, or celebrities. The vulnerable narcissism, more sensitive and insecure, craves admiration but hides it, may feel victimized or misunderstood. Then we have the malignant narcissism, mixes narcissism with traits like aggression or even paranoia, can't be manipulative, controlling, and harmful, more dangerous in relationships. Why narcissist behavior can be hard on others. When someone is narcissist, relationships can feel one-sided. You might always feel like you're walking on eggshells, be blamed for things that aren't your fault, be used for your time, energy, or praise, feel emotionally drained or invalidated. That's why understanding narcissism is so important. It helps you protect yourself while also learning how to respond or cope better. So, that was all about what's a narcissist. So, we all know narcissists. I didn't say we all are narcissists. I said everybody seems like they have a little bit of that in them. Some just put it out there more than others. What say, Sean? Oh Lord, a narcissist. They're too common these days. Unfortunately, I don't want anyone to have to deal with them. That's true. That's true. So now I do have a video on that too, a short video. Well, I ain't gonna play it all. I'm just gonna play a little bit of it. Let me pull it up. That was too long.
Way before the first selfie, the ancient Greeks and Romans had a myth about someone a little too obsessed with his own image. In one telling, Narcissus was a
It's Pod's biggest sale in history. Save up to 30% on moving and storage until May 19th.
handsome guy wandering the world in search of someone to love. After rejecting a nymph named Echo, he caught a glimpse of his own reflection in a river and fell in love with it. Unable to tear himself away, Narcissus drowned. A flower marked the spot where he died, and we call that flower the Narcissus. The myth captures the basic idea of narcissism, elevated and sometimes detrimental self-involvement. But it's not just a personality type that shows up in advice columns. It's actually a set of traits classified and studied by psychologists. The psychological definition of narcissism is an inflated, grandiose self-image. To varying degrees, narcissists think they're better looking, smarter, and more important than other people, and that they deserve special treatment. Psychologists recognize two forms of narcissism as a personality trait: grandiose and vulnerable narcissism. There's also narcissistic personality disorder, a more extreme form, which we'll return to shortly. Grandiose narcissism is the most familiar kind, characterized by extroversion, dominance, and attention-seeking. Grandiose narcissists pursue attention and power, sometimes as politicians, celebrities, or cultural leaders. Of course, not everyone who pursues these positions of power is narcissistic. Many do it for very positive reasons, like reaching their full potential or helping make people's lives better. But narcissistic individuals seek power for the status and attention that goes with it. Meanwhile, vulnerable narcissists can be quiet and reserved. They have a strong sense of entitlement, but are easily threatened or slighted. In either case, the dark side of narcissism shows up over the long term. Narcissists tend to act selfishly, so narcissistic leaders may make risky or unethical decisions, and narcissistic partners may be dishonest or unfaithful. When their rosy view of themselves is challenged, they can become resentful and aggressive. It's like a disease where the sufferers feel pretty good, but the people around them suffer. Taken to the extreme, this behavior is classified as a psychological disorder called narcissistic personality disorder. It affects 1 to 2% of the population, more commonly men. It is also a diagnosis reserved for adults. Young people, especially children, can be very self-centered, but this might just be a normal part of development.
That was you, Sean.
The 5th edition of the American Psychiatric Association's Diagnostic and Statistical Manual describes several traits associated with narcissistic personality disorder. They include a grandiose view of oneself, problems with empathy, a sense of entitlement, and a need for admiration or attention.
Okay, you guys. What's a narcissist? So like I said, doing this podcast, I've learned a lot of things about myself. A lot of things about other people. But you're like, wow. So that was just something that we had. We usually keep stuff in the vault in case we run into a situation where it's just one of us or we don't have something to talk about. And I just pulled those out. The reverse aging, the what's a narcissist, and accountability. So let me think, do I have anything else I can do? Because I'm not ready to go yet. I'm starting to get comfortable now that I'm by myself. Let me see what else I got in here. Does Troy have some other things that he put together in here? I think I have some other little commercials and stuff that Troy put together.
This is Jake, and Jake loves steak. If you love steak, come on down to the Steak Bar, where we do steak well. Try our signature steak burger, now only $6. 2 flame-broiled steak patties, and it comes with your choice of fries and drink. Come in hungry and leave satisfied. Steak Bar, where we do steak well. Now that we've got your attention, this isn't even a real company. If you would like to expand your digital footprint and your marketing, contact Troy Everett Creative, quality and affordable branding and marketing.
There you go, www.troyeverett.net. I forgot he even had that little piece he put together. But that's one of the commercials. And let me see. We got a comment. Let's see what we got. Thank you, Miss Deborah Jones. I try. We try. But like I said, we're going to be doing more advertising. We're going to get back to more guests. But in the next few weeks, we're going to be doing the Alliance Entrepreneur, the show where we're going to have about 4 or 5 businesses, and they're going to be able to come on camera in the green room, talk about their business, give their links, whatever they want to do, maybe about 4 or 5 minutes a piece. So far I got a couple. I'm going to try to get some more. So if anybody you know that wants to come up on the Alliance Entrepreneur Show, it's just a showcase for small businesses, to come on and show their stuff. And that's going to be in the next few weeks. So I'll be posting it and I'll put it on my page. Also, I can put it on TikTok more because I really don't. All the IdiotBox stuff stays over on Facebook mostly and YouTube. You can also see us on YouTube. Let me see. Did I put that link in? No. So there's let's see. I tell you what time is it? 8:45. I'm going to go and call it a night for the night. I thank all who joined in. The numbers got up a little bit. I thank you for my solo dolo, my first. Is this my first solo appearance, Miss Deborah Jones? Is this my first solo show? I'm trying to think. I think it is. I'm going to have to do this more often. But anyway, thank you for joining in to episode 184, another open conversation of unusual topics. We'll be back next week. Episode 185. I don't know what we're talking about yet, but we will definitely show you. So I'm going to get on up out of here. As I always say, peace and hair grease.
Because less than 3% of you people read books. Listen to me. Television is not the truth. Television is a goddamn amusement park. Television is a circus, a carnival, a traveling troupe of acrobats, storytellers, dancers, singers, jugglers, sideshow freaks, lion tamers, and football players. We'll tell you anything you want to hear. We lie like hell. We'll tell you any shit you want to hear. We deal in illusions, man. None of it is true. You're beginning to believe the illusions. This is mass madness, you maniac. In God's name, you people are the real thing.